Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. We're going to talk about the election, some elections that occurred yesterday in multiple states. Democrats swept everything. Not some things, everything. Republicans didn't win any seats, period. They won nothing. And you know how Republicans love to say it's a referendum. When they win elections, it's a referendum. It's a mandate, you know. And so looks like to me that Democrats have a mandate because Americans want checks and balances. They want, if they're going to pay Congress people, if they're going to pay to send you to Washington, they expect you to do something. And Congress isn't doing anything because Republicans don't govern. Hey, Ray, good afternoon to you. Hey, Miss Jackie, good afternoon, beautiful. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, hey, Tiffany, you were here this morning. Thank you for being here. Again, I appreciate that. But seeing the results of seeing how Republicans genuinely got nothing. Oh, you saw it on YouTube? Okay, yeah, I did make sure to put it up there. Sometimes I forget, so I really try to make my business to get it up there. But I'm looking at all of this and I'm going, Republicans are nervous, y'all. They're nervous and they should be. Republicans should be nervous about the fact that Americans are not happy about their policy choices. I've been telling you all since I've been talking to you that most people, they are just indoctrinated into voting Republican. But those policies don't really work for them. Now that they're getting full Republican policies, right? See, now they don't want it. Now they don't want it. Now that they're getting full Republican policies. That's the point that I've been trying to make to y'all for a long time. In many ways, Donald Trump and Republicans getting majority, nothing was standing in their way. Nothing. So they got to do everything they've always been drooling up for. And they did it. But it hurts their constituents. So it's hard to sell to people that this shit makes sense when it hurts them, when it makes it harder for them to feed their families, get employment, have safe communities. It's impossible. And that's the problem that Republicans have right now. I told y'all the dog caught the car. I did not tell you. The dog caught the damn car. And that's a fact. The dog caught the car. I need to cancel these. I just want y'all to understand that, hey, Oscar, good afternoon to you. It's not the worst thing. It's not good that Trump and Republicans are doing what they're doing, but I'm telling you, conservatives are the conservative voters are a party of people that don't believe fat meat is greasy. So because they don't believe fat meat greasy, you got to let some of this shit hurt them before they go, wait a minute. I didn't realize how much I use food stamps. Even though a big part of their grocery bill is paid for with food stamps, people live in denial. So it's not until they don't have access that they start to feel that shit. Hey, Jess, good evening. Yep, conservatives have to feel it. And until they feel certain things, you guys, they don't have an incentive to do anything. Now, let me stop for a second and say good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate you being here. I only ask you to do two things while you're here. If you could tap that like button for me, because tapping is clapping, I appreciate that. That helps me out. Hey, Miss Sips T, good evening. Right? And then if you could hit that copy link option for me. And you don't have to send that link to anybody, but copying the link counts as a share. Thank you so much. You say they'll create another major incident to divert attention away. They'll create an incident, but y'all have to learn to multitask. Real shit. As a voter and a constituent, you have to learn to multitask and hold your elected officials to the fact that they need to multitask too. As adults, we multitask every day. So there is no reason why they can't walk and chew gum too. See? See, the distraction is to throw so many things in. What did Steve Bannon say? To flood the zone. But they can't flood it. What did I tell you? When their propaganda doesn't align with the reality, the people will leave the propaganda behind, right? Because you can't buy groceries with lies. When you go to the grocery store, you got to have money to buy that shit. So all that bullshit that Donald Trump says on TV don't help you out in the grocery store. And all the lies and the water that you told for Trump don't help you when it's time to pay your light bill. See, that's where the rubber meets the road. I told y'all. It's only a certain type of people that's willing to lose everything for Donald Trump. And quiet as kept, conservatives are so fucking selfish. I would say none of them. None of them are willing to lose everything for Donald Trump on purpose. If it happens, it happens. Yeah, use it 591. You cannot buy groceries with lies. But folks forget that. That's why I said you just got to let them cook a little bit. Because when you let the shit cook and you let the policy start being felt, then people realize they don't like Republican policies. I told y'all Republican policies bankrupt communities, families. They make it hard for families to feed themselves. Your children aren't safe under Republican leadership. These are things that I've been saying based upon how they govern. And me looking at, I'm 50 years old. As long as I've been alive, they have always governed for shit. Always. And they've always kind of deferred to businesses and people with a lot of money. Now they hit a wall because they've been selling lies to working class people for decades. Then they had an opportunity to implement those policies and come to find out, oopsie, it hurts the very people you've been indoctrinating for decades. So Republicans, they got to figure out what they're going to do. Are they going to continue to be beholden to the people with money, or are they going to work for the working class? And I'm telling you, they're going to have to fight about that. Because there are certain people in the party that just want to make money. They're just grifting. They don't care to make the lives of anybody better but themselves. Then you got another segment that they really want to do something to change things, but they're just on the wrong side of it. Because they're indoctrinated. I told y'all, cults, you can't talk somebody out of a cult. You got to let them feel. It's kind. What did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all that Trump was, and that whole MAGA movement is like the people's temple of politics? Didn't I tell y'all that? I told y'all that, right? And it's the truth. And what happened with People's Temple? Some people didn't wake up until literally the Kool-Aid was being passed around. It's the same thing here, beloved. It's just happening slower. You understand? But as that Kool-Aid gets passed around and folks start to see what happens to people when they drink it, oh, a lot of wake-up calls start happening. That's why I told y'all they're not going to say nothing. They're just going to slowly and quietly remove their support for Trump and push their vote somewhere else. Just like they did. Understand, these same conservatives did the same thing for Bush too. They were mad after Iraq. After we had invaded Iraq, they found out after the fact that the Bush administration had lied about stuff. People were mad. So Obama was that anti-vote to Republicans to say, y'all messed up. Y'all talked us into all of this stuff. Come to find out, all of it was lies. That's how you got Obama the first time. And then you got Obama the second time because guess what? The policies were helping people. Your life was starting to get better. And rich people didn't like that. You got health care. Ooh, they didn't like you got health care. That was a problem. Because now you weren't beholden to that damn boss, your slave master no more. Because now that you can get health insurance in the marketplace, you weren't bound to keep a job just to keep insurance. You didn't have to worry about pre-existing conditions anymore. Real talk, it was a different time. But y'all got so comfortable, you just expected it couldn't get worse. That's what you thought. You thought, ain't nowhere to go but up from here. Use a lie. Not when you got a whole nother party that sees your progress as a problem. Your progress is a threat to the Republican Party. Ask yourself why. Why would an elected official be threatened by you being able to comfortably pay your bills, still have money left over and saved? Government that actually makes sure you have affordable and accessible housing. You understand? They don't want you to have that stuff because then your life would be good. You live in a capitalist society. America is capitalistic. So you're not allowed to have shit like that. In a capitalistic society, they have to monetize everything. They have to. That's what capitalism is. It doesn't give you anything but a fucking headache. That's the only thing capitalism gives you for free. Suffering and a headache. And so many people have been selling you on, you love capitalism. Let me tell you something, and it's going to hurt when I say it to some of you. You're not a capitalist, beloved. You ain't got enough money to be a capitalist. You are a consumer. And a lot of times you're just a product that rich people use to get to trigger you to buy their product. That's all. You're just a consumer, but you're not a capitalist. And the sooner you realize that capitalism makes your healthcare for profit, that's why you have for-profit healthcare in America. That's why you have it. Because of capitalism. That's why your insurance company looks at the bottom line for cost and their profits up against your care first before they approve anything. Because caring for you and make sure you're healthy is not the highest priority. The highest priority are profits. You understand? That's what happens in capitalism. Now, America will lie to you and say we're the greatest nation in the land, but I say this. You can't call yourself the greatest nation in the land when you don't make sure your citizens have health care. When your health care is for profit, you ain't the greatest nation in the land. And I keep saying America is only as strong as its most vulnerable. But for some strange reason, Americans are all about stepping on and oppressing its most vulnerable. That's weird to me. How you gonna call yourself great? You mediocre as fuck. America's very mediocre. You don't believe me? Look at how the rest of the world done left us behind when your president started a trade war. Hey, Karina. Hey, beautiful. Trump started a trade war, wrote a check with his mouth that his ass can't cash. Now we all are paying more for everything just because of the president. Because we don't have to, but we're paying more because Donald Trump started a trade war. Say it again, Trail. When you have to call yourself great, you're not. I ain't gonna even say the probably. You're not. Because that's not how it works. That's like, what did I say? That's like the men who say I'm an alpha male. That let you know they ain't no alpha male talking because alpha males don't say that shit. They don't say it. They don't have to say that. It's the same thing. America loves to say how strong it is. No, you're not. America's a country full of sheep that have to be told what to do because you're too afraid to buck the system because you've been conditioned to just fall in line and do what the system tell you to do. Keep your head down, work your low-wage job, struggle and pay your bills, and hope that you're not doing worse than somebody else. That's genuinely what you're taught to believe. As long as you ain't homeless, as long as you ain't on the street, you're doing okay. No, you're not. You're not doing okay, baby. No matter what they say to you, you're not doing okay. And that's a fact. You're not doing okay, no matter what they say. That's the thing. You have to pay attention to what you're conditioned to believe. And you've been conditioned since a child. You say, why are they still mad? Conservatives are still mad, Harriet, because they've been selling lies and they've run out of options now. You got to understand, Republican leadership is pissed because, oops, we've been caught red-handed. Because think about it. What do they do now? You got to think about that. What do they do now? Everything, we cut their food stamp. Y'all forgot in that big, beautiful bill, even though food stamps have been stopped because of the shutdown, in that bill that they passed, right? Remember that they cut food stamps in that bill, but they delayed the pain until 2026 around midterms. So just in case, if they don't win, guess what they can do? If they don't win, they're able to say Democrats did it to you. And unfortunately, a lot of people will believe it. And that's a fact. Unfortunately, a lot of people will believe that. And that's kind of where we are. Well, that's not kind of, that's exactly where we are. Americans have a short attention span. If you're not told exactly what to believe, you don't know what to believe. That's another reason why Trump has prospered. That's another reason why. No, Rocket. When you're ready to come in your real account, and you just part of a bot farm anyway. You can't be a part of this discussion. Yeah, I just came to that realization. You can't be a part of this discussion, beloved. I feel no remorse for blocking folk. None. 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 So if you pop up on my stuff, carrying on, I will issue the block. I will drop the block hammer like they say. I don't have no problem doing it. You say who's worth $7 billion right now? Who are we talking about? Yeah, folks have got about 2016 because they have a short ass attention span. You say who controls the internet? You say they control the internet. Like who is that they that we're talking about? I just want to make sure that I'm clear about who this they is that we talking about. Oh, government. I see where you're coming from. Yeah. They have some things, but let me tell you something. There are ways of being on the internet without the government knowing what you're doing or where you're going. Y'all just have to be intentional about putting yourself in a position not to be tracked. That's what it comes down to. You got to protect your privacy. You have to protect your privacy because now you have a government that doesn't believe in privacy anymore. So they ain't gonna try to, because quiet is kept. Listen, before the government, we got to this point. Before, earlier in the year, before Trump was sworn back in again, I used to be a government employee. I used to work in privacy. And my job was to make sure that if the government collected information from American citizens, that they only collected the bare minimum necessary to conduct business. And that's it. That's it. And I was hardcore about what the government could collect and why, especially if it could re-identify individuals. That was a big thing. Hey, Chef CC, I didn't want the re-identification of individuals because individuals have a right to privacy. There's a Privacy Act of 1974, I believe, that the government still follows. But what's sad is there hasn't been enough update to privacy laws to protect us. This is why I agreed with Andrew Yang. If companies are going to make money off of our data, that means off of our information about us, we should be compensated for that. Because companies are making billions, not millions, billions of dollars off of data they just collect from us. And we're not making any money from that stuff. And they want to make it seem like they're doing us a favor because they give us access to a free app. Fuck all that. You're not helping me. I don't need you tracking me, sharing my information. And if you want to track me and share my information or just collect information about me, guess what? You should have to pay me. But what you shouldn't be able to do is just make whatever money you want to make and I don't get nothing. That's not okay. Yeah, Andrew Yang was right about that. But a lot of people didn't believe him. You know what I mean? But Andrew Yang was right. He was right. We need to be paid for our information. And companies like the fact that they're able to collect our information and don't have to compensate us. Hey, Halfbag, they like that stuff. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the election yesterday. Again, I want to shout out Democrats. Shout out Democrats. Now, I'm waiting for all of those people that said they were going to move out of New York City if Mamdani won. We're waiting. You like this picture? Yeah. And listen, I put this up this afternoon, and I'm about to change this, but I put this picture up because Republicans are still on their knees for Donald Trump. They're still scared of Donald Trump. Understand that hasn't changed. They're just caught in the middle right now because they're like, shit, we're losing elections now, but at the same time we're scared of this man in a diaper with the swollen ankles. What do we do? And Republicans are going to have to make some hard choices. They really are going to have to make hard choices because otherwise they're going to keep losing elections. Yeah. Who is their loyalty to? Donald Trump or the country? I keep saying Republicans have been a party that have been party over country for at least 20 years. At least. They have more loyalty to their caucus than they do the Constitution. And that's a fact. That's a fact. He said Hot Wheels says he's putting 100% tariffs. Yeah, I saw that he gonna put 100% tariff on New York. You know what's so funny about that? Anybody moving from New York City to Texas because they mad that Mamdani won is MAGA. So you gonna tax the very people that agree with your type of policy. You understand why I say Republicans don't get it? They keep punishing the very people that actually would vote for them. I don't know how you put a tariff on a person. Honestly, I think Hot Wheels Abbott just talking. I told y'all what I would have said. Once Mamdani gets sworn in as mayor, one of the things he needs to say is, I saw that Governor Abbott of Texas wants to put 100% tariff on any person from New York that moves to Texas. Well, I say the governor should be able to do that if he can stand up from his wheelchair and take 10 steps unassisted. Because his wheelchair is DEI. That's what I would do. But I'm crass. I'm tacky like that. I would remind people every step of the moment that Governor Abbott is a DEI hire. Yeah, because he has a disability. Point it out. How come Governor Abbott tries to hide and pretend that he's not in a wheelchair? Call the shit out. Why does the state house have ramps? Isn't that DEI for people who can't walk? Shouldn't Governor Abbott have to pull himself up the stairs by his elbows if he was a real patriot? And you're right, it is just like Vance not supporting SNAP after he grew up on it. But some people get very resentful about growing up poor. I grew up poor. I don't resent the fact that I grew up poor. I learned a lot of lessons. I ain't like everything about being poor, but I don't resent the shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't hang on to it like that, like it was the worst thing that ever happened in my life. You understand? People who act like that, it's because they always envy being rich. You know what I mean? It's like they're ashamed of their past. They're ashamed of where they came from. I'm not ashamed of any of that shit. JD Vance is. JD Vance, once his ass got out of Appalachia, he vowed he would never go back. Never. In any capacity. And he wants to make it his business he really don't even talk about Appalachia until he wants people to think he's just like them. Otherwise, he don't talk about the shit at all. Now, somebody mentioned JD Vance's brother. Now, I'm going to tell y'all what's rich. Okay, hold on, let me put it up here. Okay, so JD Vance endorsed his brother, right? Y'all, he endorsed him and he lost. He lost. Not only did he lose, he got pounded harder than a couch in a room with JD Vance. What? 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 I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Listen, Republicans are losing elections because their policies are not popular. Their policies aren't popular. And they're in denial, and they've been in denial for a long time, but they've been able to get away with lying repeatedly. Not anymore. Didn't I tell y'all the runway was going to run out on lies because the dog done caught the car? I told y'all. I said the dog caught the car. And and y'all saw Trump crashing out today. Y'all saw how Paw crashed out today. He had senators over at the White House, and then he had this press conference today. He was upset about that Republicans, lost the elections, all of them. They didn't win not one seat yesterday, y'all. They lost. They didn't win nothing. That they got shellacked yesterday. That was a message to the Republican Party. We don't like your policies, and we don't like that you're not doing what you're supposed to do because Congress is an equal branch of government. I'm telling y'all, Republicans are up against the wall. They have a choice to make. Are we going to keep doing Project 2025 and all these stupid ass policies we've been doing for decades? Or are we going to finally turn the ship? See, I say they stuck on stupid. So it's no way that they're going to turn the ship. They've been lying for too long. See, Marjorie Taylor, what did I tell y'all? I told y'all Marjorie Taylor Greene saw the writing on the wall. She saw it early because she's trying to become a senator, which is not going to happen for her. People ain't that dumb. She's done. She's done. She done did too much shit. Too much shit. Ain't no way to come back from the shit that she's done did. But it's bad when Marjorie Taylor Greene could forecast and see it, and the rest of the Republican Party was still sitting around like, I think something's coming, but I'm not sure. It's called a fucking bus. If y'all don't get y'all ass out the road, but nope, they just standing there. Hey, let's just stand in the street and dance. I'm like, what the hell? Hey, period, good afternoon. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene did try. Listen, she ain't gonna never live down bleach, blonde, bad built, butch body. Listen, every time I see her, I'll be like, she is built like a linebacker. At least a running back. At least. Okay? At least. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, see, this is why I say even a broken clock is right at least twice a day. Marjorie Taylor Greene saw the writing on the wall with the Epstein files, and she knew that it made more sense to be on the side of the victims than protecting the predators. She knew it. She clocked it early on. Another thing she's clocking is that young people are having a tough time. And young people are going to be the catalyst that changes things. One of the reasons why Democrats had such convincing results yesterday were young people showed up in droves. It was a record turnout yesterday. Record turnout. Not a somewhat turnout, a record damn turnout yesterday. And Republicans are scared because they know that record turnout means people are not happy. And they know that their policies don't help them. So they're up. They got to figure out what they're going to do. And I'm telling you what they're going to do. Nothing. I'm just telling you because they're backed into a wall. They backed into a wall. And they done took this money from these rich people, see. They done took money from rich people claiming they going to do this, that, and the other, when in fact they're not going to do any of that shit. They have to do certain things or they're not going to get the money they need from rich people to stay in jobs to do nothing. Your house, the congressmen in the house, they have been on vacation for 6 weeks now because of Mike Johnson. If you send a Democratic majority to D.C., your government will be open and work for you. If you keep sending Republicans, you're going to keep paying for them to have a paid vacation while you suffer. And you got to ask yourself, why? Why should I pay for these people to have all of that and me suffer? Don't make sense. That's why conservatives lost. Hey, Rosie, good evening. Because again, why pay to send somebody to Washington and pay them $174,000 a year if they ain't gonna do shit? If they ain't gonna work, why are you there? Man, Bowman got shellacked. Okay, he kept running because JD told him to. Maybe he needs to wear eyeliner like JD because it don't look like he wear eyeliner like JD does. So maybe he should have done that, and maybe he could have won something. But he didn't. But he didn't. That's a fact. But he didn't. And now I also see conservatives, they're upset about Prop 50 in California. They're upset about that. They're upset that that passed in California. The voters in California said, "Nah, we are gonna gerrymander. We've decided we're gonna take all of those Republican seats." The voters voted for that. So now conservatives are upset. They're like, we shouldn't be gerrymandering. Well, y'all been gerrymandering forever and a day. That's why we have to constantly take you to court and you have to be sued to redraw maps. Because y'all always up to no good, because if Republicans don't cheat, they can't win. Prop 50 was a beautiful thing. If it was diabolical in the sense of it matched that energy of Texas. The problem was Governor Abbott wasn't smart enough to really do it the right way. They were just so knee-jerk reacting to shit because they mad, like always. When Republicans can't win, they cheat. And what they wanted to do was cheat and take Democratic seats. So California matched their energy. California said, okay, well, since we doing that shit, we gonna do it too. We gonna take all Republican seats. What didn't I tell y'all you have to match their energy? That's the only way to make Republicans fall in line and cut their bullshit. Republicans have always carried on the way they carry on because Democrats always try to be morally correct and be the example as if it's going to cause Republicans to do the right fucking thing. They're not. Match their energy. Oh, Westmore finally said Maryland about to do it? Yes! Now all we need is Pritzker, and I'm assuming Pritzker going to do it too for Illinois. Stop playing with them. That's it. When y'all want to play games and you want to gerrymander and shit like that, well, guess what? Look. What that thing say? Y'all got pew pews. We got pew pews too. You know that don't hit the same when you can't say it the right way. Man, you can't say shit on this app. I feel like I'm 5 years old talking to my mama. Mama, did you see the pew pew? Grown ass woman can't say shit on here. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Fucking TikTok. Yep, woke is back. And I'm so excited. And I just can't, because you know, what have I been telling y'all? What's the opposite of woke? What's the opposite of woke? Sleep, right? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not falling asleep around no politician. I ain't falling asleep around no fucking politician. I'm going to have my eyes wide open, my head on a swivel, because if you sleep, then they can make promises to you that they never keep. That's why they had an attack on wokeness, because wokeness meant you were engaged, you were aware. See, in the black community, to be woke mean both eyes are open. Can't nobody run no game on you. And somehow, some way, being woke became a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Basically, Republicans are saying, who are you to know what's going on? You're supposed to be stupid to what's happening. So we can lie to you and keep running game on you and stealing from you. That's really what they're saying without saying the shit. Real talk. That's what they're saying when they attack wokeness. Because see, when you know too much, you're too smart for your own good. They don't like that. Because that's when you challenge the leaders and they don't want to be challenged. They just want easy fucking money. Collecting your tax dollars where they get a Cadillac damn health insurance. They get great life insurance. They get a pension. All the things they'll deny you, their ass get. Stop letting them play with you. I'm saying the quiet part out loud to you because I'm telling you, I listen to what people say. And I look at and I was also taught something else. You can listen to what people say, but watch what they do. And when that shit don't line up, you already know who they are. Republicans always talk about freedom, how they gonna make things more affordable, this, that, and the other. They're not gonna do none of that shit because they don't have any policies that are gonna do any of that. All the shit that they want to do are social issues. Hey, Maribel, good afternoon, beautiful. Oh, hold on for a second, y'all. My wheat bread is done. I have to take it out the bread maker. Hold on. Because I had to bake some more wheat bread. Because we ate it all. Hold on. You're not getting wheat bread. Okay. Good bread. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. I had to take that out. Sorry, you guys. I had to take my wheat bread. I'll have to set up my bread for tomorrow. Yeah, get your bread done, man. I love my bread maker, y'all. I break bread at least a couple times a week. You heard it, and that wheat bread looks absolutely delicious. I make bread at least a couple times a week. Because I told y'all we don't buy loaf bread anymore. I just bake it. We were out of wheat bread, so I went on ahead and mixed. Put the mix in there for wheat bread and went on ahead and set that up earlier and let it do what it do. Because I was like, oh shit, we need more wheat bread. I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna slice it up, wrap it up in the wax paper, and put it in my bread bag and zip it up, and that bread will stay moist. Those bread bags I got, those are wonderful. You know, Trail, a domestic live. Listen, what did I always tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all I was more domestic than those conservative women that come through this live? They so full of shit. They so full of shit. You ain't more domestic than me. It's good for, I'm assuming that bread will probably last you a week or two. It really depends on how you store it. That's why I got me the bread bags that have the seal on the inside that keep the moisture in. In my house, a loaf of bread only lasts a couple days because they go real hard on loaf bread. So you said what bread bags I use? Hold on, I'll show you what the bread bag looks like. I bought it. I didn't get it from TikTok Shop though. I got it from Amazon. You love that the background pics? Hilarious, right? Hold on, let me get it. All right, here I come. Oh, hold on, I'm coming. Look, we supposed to be look. We talk about everything in my life, so we don't just talk about the obvious. Just so y'all know that, okay? So this is the bread bags that I use. I got two of them in a pack, and I bought them from Amazon. I didn't try to look on the TikTok shop, but on the inside, you see how it has the seal. I mean, it has like the seal and moisture. They're lined bags, and then they give you this reusable wax paper to wrap your bread in to help with the moisture. And then it has a zipper, and you zip it up. So what I do is I zip it up. I get there out, and then I fasten this, and then you can just carry it or hang your bread on something if you want to. So yeah, I got this because it helps to keep my bread moist that I make at home. Usually with my wheat bread, I mix it up in the bread maker and then bake it in the oven in the Pullman loaf pan. But today I wanted wider pieces. Instead of taller, I wanted the bread wider. So because of that, I did it in the bread maker. And that bread looks fabulous. I mean, it is perfect. And I told y'all, I always put my setting on medium because personally, I like my bread brown like Boris Kojo. I don't like it light like Ti. That's a little too light for me. I like my bread like right in the middle. You know. Have you ever baked with einkorn? No, because that doesn't sound familiar to me. That doesn't sound familiar to me. So I would say no to that. Yep, Boris bread is the best bread ever. Would they say Boris Kojo if you're Yeah, they took our word and tried to demonize it. They tried. Can you make a honey wheat? Yeah, I'm sure I can make a honey wheat bread. I need to, because I was thinking about that today. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind a good honey wheat. So, I got to make sure wait a minute, y'all. Listen, y'all might have to go with me in the kitchen because I need to put melted butter on my damn bread that I just made. No disrespect. Yeah, I mean. Mm-hmm. So it looked like y'all about to go in the kitchen and we're going to finish this show in the kitchen today because I got to put melted butter on my bread. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. You know what I'm saying? I need to put that on my bread. So yeah, so we going to go in the kitchen. We're going to have to take a field trip this evening because that bread took 3 hours and 7 minutes. And nobody wants to go through all of that to ruin the bread. You know what I'm saying? Has anybody else been baking bread? Because I know I ain't the only one that's been breaking bread. It's cold. So this is the perfect time to be baking bread. Now we're on the magic school bus. Listen. Oh, and Patreon folks, tomorrow in our uncensored show, do I have some footage for y'all? Honey, all I gotta say is Vivek is coming back again. Cause I got footage of Vivek. Vivek is so clueless and lost. You said you made loaf and pizza dough. Ooh, that's good. I need to make that pizza dough we talked about, the Pizza Hut pizza dough. I need to make that shit because I found the recipe on Pinterest. Because I'm gonna make us little miniature, the little personal pan pizzas. I'm gonna make some of those with that buttery crust. Stop playing with me. That's why I'm like, when they be talking about I'm domestic. Hold on, I'm trying to get my microphone. No, you're not. No, you're not, honey. No, you are not. Don't play with me. I love being domestic, as they say. Now hold on, I'm gonna turn this thing off. Hold on, we're gonna switch. Okay. Because we're switching. I'm gonna put my microphone, my little other mic on. So let's see. I'm gonna put the mic. I don't know where I could put it. I'm gonna put it right here. Cause I don't want to be breathing all in it. You know what I mean? Okay, y'all. So y'all coming with me. Yup. Y'all coming with me. Yup. We're doing a field trip to the kitchen. So first of all, let me get my look. Getting old is a bitch. I went to gym this morning and hold on. I done turned out all the lights on myself. I went to gym this morning, had a great workout, everything was fine. Shit. Then somehow along the way, this afternoon, my damn hip is hurting. I'm like, aging is a bitch. I'm like, what did I do to my fucking hip? What did I do in that little bit of time? I don't know. I did something, man. I'm like, yo. All right, we're coming back out here. Look, I'm having to just move a couple things.
How does that soda taste?
I didn't taste it.
Oh, okay.
I just took some Robitussin and some tea.
I'm on live, so you might want to be mindful. Actually, I don't even need this light. I don't even know why I got this, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna put my other tripod in the kitchen. Let's turn the light on so we can really see, okay? There we go. So we can really see, cause you're touching stuff. Oh, the kid is sick, y'all. So I'm like, stop touching stuff. You know what I mean? Fix what stuff? What stuff? Oh, what you need me to fix it for? No, you can fix it yourself and wipe down everything when you finish. Yeah. What they say, where they do that at? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get my tripod. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. You need something, Rusty? You're not getting any bread. This damn dog. Y'all, this dog wanting bread. Oh, can you close that? I'll close it. Because you got the cabinet wide open. With all. What you looking for? And I don't know who put this here. All right, y'all. So let me show y'all this bread. Y'all see? Let me see. There's the bread, beloved. See? Don't that thing look good? Don't that thing look good? Stop playing with it, okay? Oh, thank you so much, Kiera. I appreciate that. This house was built in the 80s. So this thing look delicious, don't it? So this is what so what we're gonna do. I might have to move it over. No. I'm not gonna do that. Hold on. Look, I'm trying to move too many things around because see, I need to clean off my damn counter here, but I haven't done. Look, the lemons for me making the damn lemon loaf are still right here because I ain't made the damn lemon loaf yet. Jesus, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it because I want Starbucks lemon loaf this week. Okay, I want it. Yes, I do have 2 accounts. I have one more account, Majobu for Life #2, but I haven't posted on it in a minute. But if you get messages from any other account that's talking about wanting to sell you crypto or some other shit, don't do it because they're scamming. Okay, so don't do that. All right, so let me get something real quick, y'all. Hold on for a second. I gotta get the pool thing. I got milk all in my bread maker today, y'all, and it's burned in there, so I gotta clean all that out today. It was a mistake on my part. So this thing here you take, well, I don't even have to get it out because the little mixer thing stayed in there and it created this little crease right here, which is okay. I ain't tripping off of that. Hello, Bella. It created that, I was able to pull that right out. So y'all see Bella. Y'all see this bitch walking through my damn camera. You see her. This is what I be talking about. This place is a madhouse. Y'all saw her switching walking through. She like, I don't think you're ready for this jelly. And don't nobody want that girl. You saw her switching. She was waddling, ain't she? That's my cat. She is about 21, 22 years old. Oh, she old. Yeah, that's my oldest cat. She's an old girl. Now, I don't know where she went. Bella, where you go? She went somewhere. I guess she turned back around and went somewhere else, but she's an older cat. Oh, there she go. She back again. She back. Okay, she walked through. What that song say? When I walk through. When I walk through. When I walk through. That was Bells. That was Bells. You know, she just like, I'ma just walk on through your life. I don't need nothing. I'ma just come through. I gotta put that yeast back. I'ma just come through. I'm heating up the butter right now. So that, because we're gonna cut this blicky while I'm in this live. We're gonna go ahead and slice this bread up. And then we're gonna put it in the bread bag so y'all can see how I store it, okay? Oh yeah, that thing hang low. You see it. That thing dragging, honey. Because she gonna get her eat on if she don't do nothing else. She really doesn't eat a whole lot. She don't have her shape like she used to. You say Bella got that in my white tee. Exactly. She just walking through. She don't care. Now I want to get a cutting. I want to get the thing to put up under here. So for those crumbs, okay? So let's get our butter, y'all. And listen, we having fun tonight because we don't always just talk politics. And tonight is one of those nights because guess what? I had to bake some bread. So here go my butter. So now I'm going to take that butter because this is what gives you that glossy finish on top with your bread. And me, I also put some on the sides too. I don't care. I don't just put it on the top. I put it on the sides too. And I put and after continuing to make, as I keep working on this bread stuff and learning how to, make better and better bread, one of the things I realized, like I said, I don't like light colored bread. I just don't. As far as texture and all that stuff, when it bakes just a little bit more to get that darker color, that's the bread that I like. I don't like that light ass bread. That bread be looking like it need lotion and I don't like it. So I prefer this. So see, there we go. See it? Looking good. Man, yeah, we can get back to work tomorrow, but y'all see that. So now it's not cool, but we're still gonna slice a couple pieces. Look, I was cutting bread this week and got too zealous. Look, and cut my finger. Look, I was so pressed to taste it and wasn't looking and cut my own damn finger. This knife ain't no joke. This bread knife is no joke. Be careful if you get it. So let's see. Y'all know Rusty around, right? Okay. Look at that. Backside. Inside. Hear that? Now, this is extra soft wheat bread. That's what this recipe is. I got it from Bread Dad. Okay? You say, what you looking at it for? Well, I'm eating it. So, yeah. Look how good it look. Y'all. Now, y'all know who's showing up, right? I'm going to turn the camera real quick because y'all already know who's watching me from the other side, right? Y'all already know. Now, I'm going to show you, look. See the inside of that? Listen, bake y'all some bread, okay? Bake you some bread. Bake you some bread. You can't beat that. That is a good loaf of wheat bread and looks just like the stuff that you get at the store. I'm going to slice all of this up. I'm going to wait for it to totally cool, though, before I slice up the whole thing, because it's always better when you wait for it to completely cool. So I'm going to let it... Rusty, just quiet. You're going to get a piece. Stop whining. Hey, he just whining. He over here... Calm down. Damn. Oh, it's good bread. It is good bread. I'm telling y'all, I'm not paying $5 for a loaf of bread at the store. I'm too cheap for that. Not me, beloved. It's cheaper to make bread. You said Democrats broke up. They sure did. Democrats cleaned house. They cleaned house. And Republicans are crashing out, trying to figure out what to do. It's going to be a minute. So I had a mag in here. Oh, okay. Looks like the Mars got it. I didn't even see him. Y'all, that's some good bread. So I'm going to let this bread cool, like I said, for the rest of the night. Let it cool. Slice it up. Put it in the bread bag. And then folks can make sandwiches or use this bread whenever they want to. I made myself an egg sandwich this morning with the last 2 pieces of wheat bread that we had. So listen, stop depending on people. Oh, I see Trump crashing out. I'm glad he is. But he ain't the only one crashing out. All of them are. Because their policies ain't working and they got to figure something out. I told y'all when Kay Ivey released them funds in Alabama for SNAP yesterday, I knew their ass knew they was in trouble. See, I don't use Twitter. I don't go on Twitter often. But those damn bots, yeah, they crashing. Because again, how do you keep selling people to vote against their own best interests? You can't. But listen, I appreciate y'all being here with me this morning. I'm sorry. This is good shit. Damn. Heidi, what are you afraid of, beloved? Tomorrow, I will be here 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Early, so we can hold our discussion. I enjoyed our discussion this morning because I was on extra early this morning. But I had a great discussion. The kid had a great orientation day in her job, and she shows back up again on Saturday. And get this, the job is not seasonal. It's a permanent. Listen, it's only part-time, but you got to start somewhere. You say he didn't release the SNAP funds in blue states. That means he's still in violation of the court order then. He's still in violation of the court order. The court said release the funds. He didn't do it. But Trump, listen, Trump don't care. He just doesn't care. He's lawless, and Republicans don't check him like they're supposed to, and that's why Republicans lost last night. Because if you're going to let the president do whatever he wants to do, then what the hell do we need you there for? Might as well send people to Washington that are going to do their damn jobs. Okay? So, I'm about to wrap up this thing over here, Russ Dickel. I think he has to use the bathroom for the 11th time. I tell you, this dog, he's old, so he always have to use the bathroom. So I'm going to take him out there. He's not releasing anything until the Dems break. The Dems ain't going to break. And the thing is, Democrats have already been releasing their own state funds to make sure that people continue to get food. So fuck Donald Trump. Because if his goal is, well, I'll starve people, except if you give me what I want, then Trump's not a leader. But we already knew that, right? Right. So listen, I thank y'all for joining me this afternoon. I appreciate you being here. I will see you in the morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, don't forget, the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops tonight, right? Where I talk to you about the new poor, and how all of us are in that new poor. Like, even if you're not on the lowest portion of like income, you still the new poor because you're working just to pay bills. You don't even really get to save nothing. You just work to pay bills. Check out that episode tonight, okay? Because I think you're going to like it, all right? Then don't forget, if you haven't made your movie suggestion for November, you need to hit the Patreon and make your movie suggestion for November, because on Sunday, I'm going to put up a poll with all of the suggestions so we can start voting. And then don't forget, on Saturday, we're making bread, baby. I'm supposed to do them damn biscuits Saturday, y'all. So I'm gearing myself up. I'm going to do it in 2 different batches, because I'm going to do a batch where I'm going to start them up and let them rise and cut them up and put them back in the oven to proof some more, and then start a whole thing from scratch in the live so y'all can see how I actually start the process of doing those biscuits. You know what I mean? So we can do it both ways. So thank y'all so much. I appreciate you, and I love y'all so much. I'm excited for the biscuits too, because I need to make these fucking 72 biscuits and put them in part bake them and put them in the damn freezer. So I already have biscuits for whenever we want biscuits. So you'll see how easy it is. Well, it is easy. It just takes work. But trust me, once you do it, once you see me do it, you'll want to do it and you'll do it. Okay. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you being here. Listen, we did do bread as well. Um, don't forget to check out the podcast. Don't forget the movie situation. I will see you in the morning. Yeah, you're right, Mark. You came in big. Um, I thank you for the 82,000 likes. Thank you for over 100 shares. And I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters because I always do this every live. I appreciate each and every one of you, but just know I do this every live. Number 1, beautiful Valerie. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Trail. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, handsome Kiara. Thank you so much, Kiara. Number 4, beautiful Tiffany. Thank you. Number 5, beautiful Harriet. Thank you so much, beautiful. And a special shout out to user 229. Thank you so much. Listen, thank you to all the mods for helping out this evening. I'm doing great, Big Zo Daddy. I hope you are too. Make sure, listen, I'll see you in the morning. Don't forget the podcast tonight. Have dreams of bread, okay? Listen, we had a good time. Look how good that damn bread look. That does look like store-bought bread, and it wasn't hard to do. I threw all the ingredients in the bread maker and hit start. Bread maker did everything else, okay? Everything else, all right? So have a great and beautiful night. Listen, don't let people live rent-free in your head. Don't feed no trolls, and you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace. And look, listen. Sometimes you got to tease. Sometimes you got to. Love you guys. See you in the morning. Bye-bye. Have a great, beautiful, and safe evening.